Good afternoon from Mexico. Today I'm at the house site because I wanted to give you guys an update of everything that's going on here at our home build in Mexico and what's coming up next. A ver, Dominic, what are you eating?
Arroz.
Un taco de arroz. They are installing the water lines and the plumbing lines. They're doing all of the plumbing basically. Lots and lots of stuff happening. The shower head and the llaves or the handles. Then it comes over here to the toilet, and then we also have the space for the sink. Are you joining in as well? Oh, he's watching Dominic. ¿Qué dígame?
Sería aquí así. La regadera va a salir acá, pero las llaves le quedarían aquí así de separadas, mire, para que las puedan venir, porque si las dejo aquí muy cerquita, quedan muy cerquita.
Sí.
Entonces las dejaría yo así un poquito más separadas. Y ya yo aquí pues voy a hacer las adaptaciones que tenga yo que hacer.
All right, guys, there's our decision. I'm going to be researching this tonight, figuring it out if I want this in the center or if I want it off on one side or the other side. So I'm going to get a standalone tub. Or tina for this bathtub for this part of the bathroom. So I have to decide whether or not I'm going to have a faucet that stands completely on its own, or if I'm going to have him put the faucet and the handles in the wall underneath this window. Also, just so we're clear, this part of the home build is the part that I have been probably the most intimidated and terrified of, because now I have to start making these decisions on details and stuff, and it really scares me because we didn't have those decisions when we worked with the architects on this design, and so they put in an example and that, but they said, these are things that you can change that won't mess with obviously the architecture of your home. So that's where we're at. This is the scariest part for me. If there's any interior designers out there that want to do this for me, let me know. So now I'm gonna head upstairs. There's Pancho. They're installing the lines for the light and electricity. But here's the upstairs without all of the forms and that. We have a complete roof. I'm still amazed by that. Also, just so we're clear, he does have glasses and a cover boca on, a face mask. If you've seen our videos before, I know I did a video on this, but just a little reminder. So where these marks are on the wall are going to be outlets, but this conduit feeds the electrical wires throughout the house. So what they do is they cut into the tabique or these blocks. They cut in it, they put the tube in it, and then they go over it with the finish of the wall and things like that, so you can't see it. But that will house, this conduit just houses the electrical line. So if there is a problem, it can be easily removed without having to cut into the wall. But each of these feeds down to one of the locations where we have either an outlet, a light, or a light switch. And so what Diego is doing, he's cutting into the wall, and then Pancho is going through and he's securing this tubing into those spaces. And then once they have all of that done, then Fidel will feed the rest of the wiring through here. The last thing is that now that the plumbing is getting installed, the guys will be able to put the finish, the revolque, on parts of the house that they've had to skip over until the plumbing is finished. So there's a look at what's going on here at the house site. We are a little behind on these videos, so there's some videos that we haven't posted that Fidel did while we were visiting family in the US. So you guys can catch all of those videos on our YouTube channel under La Abuelita 70. But as always, thank you so much for being here, and we'll keep you guys updated as we progress through more of the inside details of this home, and from what everybody has been telling me is the fun part, but we'll see. Anyway, have a good day, guys.